Hello everyone and welcome to my tutorial on how to build a wall around your building. This is just so if you wanted to build a castle, you'd have a wall design. I'm going to show you a rough idea on how to design a wall and you can build from there. These behind me are the blocks I plan on using. I'm not entirely sure if I'm going to keep the vines or not, but I'm definitely keeping the shrubbery. First we'll start with the basic wall and then we will go on to build a decorate it and make it a little bit more appealing. So let's jump straight in. As you can see, I'm taking the darkest block in my palette and making a section of 7 because this is the length of each section panel that I want. That is 6. One more. Then I am going to take a place my wood either there to be like the end of the section or place it there so that the wall is behind it. I think I'm going to place it at the end of the section so it's like this, and I'll place another one at the other end. I'm not going to build up the wood, I just wanted these markers to end the section. I'm going to continue to build this up another 2, and then I will build the next colour in probably 4 or 5. That's 4, I believe. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yep, 4. And that's that part of the water. As you can see, there's a very visible line in this piece of work, but that will come together in a minute. I am going to add a third colour on top. And again, do another 3 or 4. And again, as you can see, there is a visible line. Well, we don't want that. That's not going to be there in a minute. But I'm going to bring the wood up to at least 2 higher. Actually, sorry, correction. 1 higher than the wall. One more. There we go. That's that side done. And then this side, we do the same. And that is that wall done. To break up this part of the wall, we're going to blend the blocks. So I'm going to take out these. Hello. Okay. Little bit of lag there. I'm very sorry. Take out some of these. And we're going to mix the blocks a bit. And add these in. I'm going to add one more there. And I feel like this needs breaking up at least this side, so there. As you can see, that's blended the wall a little bit. It's not as flat. We're going to then do the same to this section. And we're going to go down one more there. And one there. So we will add these in. Oh, I'm going to add some of the cobblestone there. I want that there, that there. Oh wait, there's a bit too much work up there. As you can see, this breaks up the wall and the pattern, so it looks a bit better. I mean, there are some still bits I would probably tweak, but I would probably add another colour in or so. As you can see, we've got the quite a tall wall. This is great for a mega base, but you can do short walls as well. I don't have any to show you at the moment, but I'll definitely show you one at the end of the video. The next step would be probably repeating the pattern on the same side or the other side. So you have a parallel wall. I will just quickly do that and be back in a second. And we're back. Both sides of the wall are done. They're a few blocks apart, so you have nice clear get through underneath that you can add over the top. Another thing to add would be, if you go to the top, you could get slabs. And to make it spawn proof, you could go along like this, all the way across. Got stuck. And you would have a floor to walk on as well. If you were going to do this, I would probably suggest adding a few more layers of... Oh, what's the word? Sorry. Excuse me a second, chat. I would add a few more layers of stone around the edge or wood along the side and up and down like this. So, or up and down like this, I'll show you quickly. It just breaks up the design that little bit more. We'll quickly go ahead and remove this. Other thing I'm going to change about this design is I'm going to go across the top like this. Actually, I'm going to lower this floor down completely, so it's a floor lower. Second, guys. And build out here instead. Only reason I'm filling in these bits is because if you joined on another section, you would end up with holes here. So it's best to fill them in so you don't have falling through gaps. This does make it a spawnable section, so I would be wary of that. As we have added this extra height, I'm going to put turrets along the edge so that we would have like a stand between the edge of the wall and us. And then on top of every single block, I'm going to add a slab. To build some more depth into the build, I'm going to come up here and at the bottom of this one add more slabs just to give it a bit more depth, at least at the top. We're going to liven up the bottom with plants and greenery. As you can see, that's added a bit more depth and texture to the build. We will just grab these. As you can see, I have some leaves in my inventory now. We're going to go a little while. We're going to add different leaves in because that builds up different texture. Does fill up the space a bit more as well, which is always a good sign. And looks almost like the two different plants are coming together in harmony. I think I'm going to add some flowering azalea, although I will knock out a few leaves to do so. Add one there. And add one there. I'm going to break that one there too. And there. The difference is you can add different ways of adding the greenery around the wall. Each step is going to add a different depth texture to the build. Take your time, start with a simple basic flat stone wall, then add to it, change the texture, learn gradients. You can learn lots of things just by doing a simple wall. So, everyone, I hope you enjoyed my little tutorial, and I'll be back again soon, I hope.